Hi everyone, my name is Serena and I'm going to be sharing why I moved to Thailand. A year ago, I knew someone that lived in Thailand and they're kind of in the same industry as me and they just had nothing but great things to say about it. And I just kept hearing Thailand over and over again and I was like, you know what? One day I want to go there. And yeah, I had something happen in my life that was pretty life changing. And I was like, you know what? Let me do something different. I always wanted to live in a different country, and the country would have been Europe, but for some reason, it just Thailand was calling my name. I know that sounds pretty crazy, but I think if you're really in tune with yourself, it's easy to pick up on what's pulling you. So I decided to make a plan and book my trip, my one-way ticket. And that was really scary, let me tell you. I'm a female and I'm from America and I'm moving all the way across the country. Like, it's pretty far. I think it took me a whole day, more than a whole day to get here with the layovers. So, yeah, I had anxiety before I actually got here. I was so nervous. Like, I would cry. And, like, why would I put myself through something like that? It's just, there was fear, but then there was excitement. And I think the excitement kind of, you know, motivated me to move forward. So, yeah, I was very nervous. I didn't know how I was going to work out. Things were not working out for me in the States. I was just feeling a little bit stagnant in my personal life, in my career, in my financials. There were so many things that felt kind of stagnant, and I decided that, you know what, let me do something different. I decided a couple of years ago, to start my business online. So that kind of helped me transitioning into doing that in full force. So I kind of had that as a backup plan, working online, God forbid anything happens, I can just come back to the States. So yeah, I was still nervous. On my way, even on the flight, I was just so nervous. Like, I'm thinking nobody speaks English and, I'm just going to be by myself. So that is a scary thing as a female. I think in order for me to move forward and, take a leap of faith in myself and trust in, I'm pretty spiritual, in God, that things are going to be okay for me. So yeah, I got to Thailand and I had anxiety still when I landed. That anxiety did not go away. It did take a little bit of time. I think it was like a good month that I started to kind of settle in a little bit. And then things got so much easier. I started getting familiar with the people and the vibe and then where to go. And yeah, I first landed in Bangkok and it's such a busy area. So there's a lot of people. You see a lot of foreigners too that are traveling, but I'm here on a longer stay. So I stayed in Bangkok for about 2 months, and I got to do so many things, eat amazing food. One thing about Thailand, the food is amazing, and yeah, I mean, everywhere you go, there's something good to eat. Foods I've never tried before. I think my taste buds have changed, and I love spicy food now. I'm like, the spicier the better, honey. So yeah, I got used to that, and then besides, the food, I am staying here longer term, so I did actually, like, if you plan on going to Thailand, pay for like up to a couple weeks, and if I liked it, pay for the rest. But then the second month, I decided to pay one full month, so I don't have to worry about it. And it's actually cheaper for you if you pay for the month. So the longer you stay, the cheaper it is. So that's one good tip. But yeah, I decided to just stay here, and I've been here for 4 months now. I did fly to Chiang Mai, which wasn't that far. I think it was like an hour flight. You can ride like a bus or a train or something, but I have so much luggage that that was impossible for me. So I flew here, and Chiang Mai is a totally different vibe. Like, it's more calm, more tropical, less busy, but they do have like a town. And honestly, I like Chiang Mai a little bit better. I like that it's pretty chill, pretty calm vibes. And yeah, it's people are so kind here. Like, they're very sweet. Nobody has given me an issue. There was like one time in the cab that I didn't understand what he was saying when I first landed. Like, I think I was nervous, so it wasn't, wasn't working out. But yeah, I think the people are wonderful, and the food is amazing. I mean, I can't really say anything negative about Thailand. Like, I think if you're looking for a place to travel, this is a great place to come to and get accustomed to new culture. Yeah, I have been here for 4 months, and I'm going to be here for a total of 6 months, I believe. As far as visas go, as a U.S. citizen, you get 45 days on arrival. And with that 45 days, you can do an extension. So you do an extension, you get an extra 30. So that's about, let's just say 75 days. And then I want to stay longer. So in Chiang Mai, since I was already in Chiang Mai, the borders are pretty close. So I went to Myanmar. It's like another country. And yeah, I got my stamp there. It was a little bit funny getting a stamp there because, they asked for COVID tests, and I was like, I don't have one. I never got the COVID shot, so they wanted proof, and I was like, I don't know, like, I got I told them I got the COVID swab thing to see that I didn't have COVID, which I didn't. I just said that just to get in. I was just like, get me in there, just stamp my passport. I want to get out of here. So they stamp my passport, and then I get 30 days, and then you can extend it again, so another 30 days. So that's already 4 months. And then I recently got my passport stamped again at the border of Laos. And that was a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. I felt a little, like, I'm a female, I'm short, I'm little, this American girl, I'm like, I am a little bit, nervous, I guess, traveling alone, but at the same time, I feel brave. So it's like, two things. But when it's an unfamiliar territory, then that's when I start to get nervous. And I feel like people stare at me because I look obvious when I talk, or like, I just don't look like I'm from here. I think I try to blend in, as you can see. But I could just feel all eyes on me sometimes. And then, I have my backpack, my luggage. Anyway, they stamped it. It was like 2,000 baht, which is kind of like $60 or something like that. I thought that was kind of pricey, but for me, just going across the border. But I went on a boat to the border, so that's when I felt like that fear. I'm like, oh my god, I'm on a boat, and it's just me. Like, it's just so weird. Like, I'm not used to that. I'm so Americanized, growing up in New York and moving to Cali. Like, I lived in the most proper neighborhoods you can think of. So when I'm in these cultures, and it's totally different atmosphere, different environment, different look, that could be a little intimidating, but I know I can do it, and I know I'm safe and I'm protected wherever I go. So I got to the border, and you have to be a little bit careful there, because one guy came up to me, and of course I was like, oh my god. He came there, and he started helping me with the luggage. I was like, oh, he's so sweet. And then he was like, no, 100 baht. I was like, I only got 10. He's like, 100 baht. I was like, oh god, 100 baht, here you go. And it's a different culture in that border, so things are a little funny there. So that was the only thing that I was like, But besides that, I go back. Literally, they let you come in and out. Like, they didn't even care. So I got in and out. And then on my way back, I'm going to show you little clips here. It was the boat, and there was a lot more people there. So it was just like us crossing the border legally on a boat. And yeah, I got there, so you get 30 days, and now I'm going to do another extension. So yeah, I've been here for a pretty long time, since January. It is June, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, so I'm so proud of myself for being brave and trusting and believing in myself. And I think that really does grow confidence. Not saying I wasn't a confident person before. I've traveled alone, but not lived in another country. So I think that is like a whole culture shock for me. I've learned so much about just the Eastern culture, and I'm so happy that I did it, because I plan on continuing to try out maybe different cultures around the area, and also living in another country. I do have plans to move somewhere else. Maybe we'll save that for another video, another part of Asia, and I'm gonna try to get a 1-year visa, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. And yeah, I'm gonna be extending my visa soon, and then that's it. And as far as like accommodations, you can find accommodations everywhere. There's so many cool places. I have Agoda, so I can give you my Agoda referral or whatnot. Agoda is great. I've been able to book really good hotels, look at the reviews. It's cheaper. Or you can just like walk into a hotel and ask them how much is it for the month. So yeah, the accommodations can range from 600 baht to, it can go a lot lower, but if you want something comfortable, I'm like comfort and security. So I want to know it's safe, it has cameras, that kind of vibe. I'm paying 12,000 baht per month. That's $350 a month, which is amazing, right? For something really safe, clean, everything's around here. And this was just one place. In the next month, I plan on trying something a little bit more tropical. So the beauty is it's very affordable. And if you're a female, you're okay here. Like, you're safe. Obviously you watch your back. You don't want to be like with your headphones. And I do see it. I saw it today where the girl had the headphones. She didn't even like look. It's not, I don't feel like uncomfortable here. I felt safe, and I grew up in New York, and I think New York is less safe than here. I don't know. I've been to the hood in New York. It's pretty bad out there. So I think you're going to be just fine. Stay in the towns. There's foreigners. You can meet a lot of people. I think that's great. Obviously, when you go out, just be careful. But for the most part, I have nothing bad to say about Thailand. And I know when my 6 months and my visa's done, I will be back. Like, even if it's not a vacation, who knows? But this place has been great to me, and I'm so thankful. And if you feel a pull to come to Thailand, do it. Like, I think, there's nothing worse than not following your dreams. And like, I have dreams, and I have many different dreams. And one of my dreams was to live in another country, and I did it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I actually did it. I actually checked off a something off my bucket list. So, I live somewhere in another country. So I'm so thankful. And that's about it. Obviously, those are a lot of pros. There's some cons. You're kind of by yourself, so that can be, different. You're not in your family and friends, but you can make friends. Like tomorrow I'm going to an event and there's going to be other foreigners, so you can talk to other people kind of dealing with the same thing, and they'll share their stories. I've had some people share like the same stories. And I actually host meetups, so I can post a meetup below, and Web3 meetups, anything in crypto. So I'm in that world. But yeah, so far Thailand has been great. If you're an American, like, you shouldn't have any issues going to the ATM, and just, you'll be just fine. Any suggestions and tips? My tip is pack light. I didn't pack light. I just packed like as much as I could. But I think I did pretty good for being here for like this long, and, packing as small as I could. I actually gave some clothes away. Since I bought clothes, I tend to like go through clothes like a cycle. Like I'll buy some clothes and then I actually gave them away here at the hotel, and she was so thankful. So, there are people here that will take them. So pack light, use this time. Like if you're really coming here, it's a very spiritual place, so use this time to meditate, take care of yourself. I've been going to the gym every day. I think I lost some weight. So I'm eating cleaner. I'm working out. So I'm taking this time to take care of my body, my mind, and my spirit, because I think Thailand is a very spiritual place. It's very feminine, and I think that, if you want to heal, this is the place. This is the place where you can heal your heart, your mind, your body, your spirit. So, what else? Other tips? That's about it. That's about it. There's plenty of things to do here. And yeah, I have one more month left. I plan on doing a couple other things while I'm out here. And then I plan on going to Dubai. So Dubai is also part of Asia. So I will be maybe documenting my time living there. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions for me about Thailand, I have social media. My DMs are open, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your story. So, all right, guys, I'll see you soon.